Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Ito, wala pang 10 minutes itong pag-uusapan natin, because I will solely be basing on social media posts of the IRCC mismo. I think this just would be interesting to you, and this episode is yet another reminder sa mga mag-a-apply po dito ng kung anumang immigration pathway sa Canada rather, that immigration fraud, is not tolerated in Canada. Kung nagbabalak po kayo mameke ng anumang dokumento, huwag niyo pong gagawin yan. Kung kayo ay papasok into marriage fraud, nako po, mag-ingat kayo, huwag niyo rin gagawin yan. Kung kayo po ay magsasabit ng peking, police clearance, NBI clearance, huwag niyong gagawin yan. Okay? Kaya kung kayo ay magpapanggap, nag-graduate kayo ng ganitong kurso sa ganitong educational institution, eskwelahan, hindi naman totoo, huwag niyo pong gagawin yan. Okay? According to the IRCC, meron silang post sa kanilang social media accounts. Libo-libo ang kanilang nahuhuling engaged in fraud, okay? Falsifying documents, etc. At dahil dyan, pag nahuli ang inyong application na ganyan, you will be banned for 5 years. Okay? Let us go to this post by IRCC. Ayan, sabi dito, thousands of applications are rejected each month due to immigration fraud, and those who get caught are banned from entering Canada. Mamaya pupuntahan natin tong link na sinasabi nila dyan para ipaliwanag sa inyo kung ano-ano ang mga hindi ninyo dapat gawin. Sa totoo lang, dapat ko ba bang sabihin ito? Okay. Alam ko, siguro yung mga suki natin, alam nyo na yan. Pero may iba, kahit napapanood na nila at ilang beses na sila sinasabihan, kailangan mo pa rin ulit-ulitin. Ganun talaga ang buhay. Okay? Kaya sige, panoorin muna natin to. 35 seconds lang to. Kaya sige, panoorin natin ang buo. Walang audio. Basahin ko na lang. Some people try to lie or send false documents to IRCC. This is immigration fraud and we're constantly working to stop it. Okay. In 2024, 9,000 plus investigations per month into suspected fraud in, in temporary visa applications ang kanilang ginagawa. Imagine more than 9,000 every month. Pero again, suspected fraud lang naman po yun. Hindi po yun lahat siguro naman ay napatunayan talagang nagsisinungaling. Every month, we reject thousands of applications and we ban those who get caught from entering Canada for 5 years. Yes, 5-year ban. O ayan na, immigration fraud has no place in Canada. Ano ba yan? Talagang walang audio, binasa ko, no? O sige, puntahan natin po yung link na shinare nila para sa more information ba tungkol dyan. O ito guys you can access this yourselves. From Canada.ca. I-google nyo lang to, Consequences of Immigration and Citizenship Fraud. Okay, ito, naka-bold, kita nyo. You are responsible for all the information in your application, even if a representative completes it for you. Kahit na meron kang consultant, kahit meron kang immigration lawyer, guys, sa'yo pa rin ang responsibilidad na yan. O hindi, kapag kunyari, nakatsyembo ka ng hindi matinong consultant o abogado, nagsubmit ng peking dokumento para palagay nila makakalusot at maaprubahan ang inyong application. Pag kayo nahuli, hindi nyo pwedeng sisihin, okay, yung tumulong sa inyo. Dahil at the end of the day, pirma mo pa rin ang magpa-finalize ng inyong application. Okay, remember that. So, ito naman. Kung kayo, ipekein nyo ang mga sumusunod. Okay? This is considered fraud. Okay? At pag sinabing peke, pwedeng totally fake, pwedeng altered. Okay? May iniba ka lang isang impormasyon dyan. Okay? Kunyari, maaaring gumraduate ka sa University X, pero iba ang kursong sinulat mo na pinagkatapusan mo. That is still considered fraud. Okay? O, ito. Passports, travel documents, visas, exit and entry stamps, language results, proof of employment or job offers. Naku, ito mga job offers, alam ko. Daming na may making yan ngayon, guys. Mag-ingat kayo. Okay? Letters of acceptance from learning institutions, marami din nabibiktima ng mga yan. No? Meron po talagang mga consultant. No? Actually, maybe not even a consultant. Mga nagpapakilala lang na maraming kilala dito na, o sige, ako maglalakad ng iyong application sa school na ito. Lalakarin ko din pati ang ang visa application mo. Yung pala, peke, yung kanilang letter of application. Ito naman Canada, ewan ko kung bakit nakakalusot sa kanila yung ganyan. Anyway, okay, ito mga diplomas, degrees, proof of relationship, okay, police certificates, and DNA testing. Aba, may DNA testing din pala. Again, guys, kapag kayo ay magsasubmit ng mga yan, make sure they are legitimate, they are real, not altered. Okay? Oh, meron din dito yan, no? Sa mga nag-a-apply ng PR, may point dito. Lying about how long you or someone else has been physically present in Canada while applying for a permanent residency, renewal, or citizenship is also considered fraud. Okay? Ano ang maaaring mangyari kung mapatunayang may peki kang sinubmit? Your application will be refused. You could be banned for 5 years. You could have a permanent record of fraud sa IRCC. Kaya any future that you will have, that you might want to have, ma-jeopardize din yan. Okay? Tapos ano pa, your temporary or PR status or even Canadian citizenship, nakasulat dito, could be taken away. Nagkaroon na po ako ng episode tungkol sa Canadian citizenship na ni-revoke dahil napatunayan, several years later napatunayan na dumating pala siya through marriage fraud. Diba? Panoorin nyo na lang, hanapin nyo lang po yung episode na yan. Ayan, you could be banned from applying for citizenship for 5 years and you could be removed from Canada. Ayan, pinag-uusapan din po dito, relationships of convenience. To many, this is marriage fraud. Okay, guys, I have been told, talaga naghihigpit na ngayon ang Canada sa marriage fraud. Dahil nga, I am just guessing, marami ang nagre-resort to marrying their partners or declaring common law relationships rather, to gain a legal immigration status. Okay. I don't mind kung talagang in love kayo sa partner niyo, go ahead, do it. Pero again, you know what I'm talking about. Mag-ingat kayo kung yan po ang gagamitin ninyo. Do not engage in marriage fraud. Meron din chargeback fraud. Ano ba ito? May chargeback fraud. Okay. Kapag gumamit ka ng credit card pambayad, kasi online, di ba, pinapayagan nila yan, magbabayad ka ng credit card, meron po palang iba na pagkabayad, biglang tatawagan yung credit card na, uy, i-cancel mo yung bayad ko. For what reason? I don't know. Please tell me down there in the comment section if alam nyo anong scam ba ito. Okay. Sabi dito, if the fee paid with a credit card is reversed, your visa application could be canceled or delayed. And it could also be denied. Okay? And you could potentially be banned from traveling to Canada for up to 10 years. And your future applications could also be impacted. Okay? Paliwanag nyo nga sa akin, ba't ginagawa ito? And finally, what is the IRCC doing to stop immigration and citizenship fraud? Guys, ako sasabihin ko lang sa inyo, sa dinami-dami pong mga nakakausap ko ng mga immigration lawyer at consultants, they are all one in saying that things have really changed. Talagang mas matindi ang pagsusuri ng IRCC sa iba't ibang mga applications. Siguro noon, alam nyo, nakakarinig kayo ng mga kwento na hindi, nagawa ko na yan, okay naman. It could have worked before, but right now, mas mahirap na po yan. Kung maglalakas loob kayong gawin din po yun. Okay? To identify cases of fraud, anong ginagawa nila? Contacts issuing authorities, ayan, to confirm yung legitimacy ng inyong documents. Nag-implement daw sila ng program integrity measures to deter scammers. And pursues misrepresentation on bad actors looking to exploit IRCC programs. Talaga ba? Gusto ko mas makita yun, yung pangatlo. Okay. Yan lang naman po ang aking episode. Sabi ko nga kanino, kailangan ko pa bang ulit-ulitin ito? Believe it or not, yes. Ay, nako. Okay, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!